Hello there, what's up people? This is your host again, Legal Findle from Legal Findle's Gaming World. We're back at it again, recording yet another video. This is the third video that I'm recording in this new style, being me speaking over the videos. Hopefully you will be liking this better than the previous ones, I believe. Anyway, so this time I decided to actually play Odyssey for the first time. Haven't been playing this game before, never had the chance. Like the last Assassin's Creed I played was Origins, which I successfully finished after Syndicate, of course, but I've had my fair share of playing Assassin's Creed games actually through time, but never had the chance to play this one. And to be fair and to be honest, never actually wanted to play it because of the bad reviews, like not the bad, the negative reviews that are out there. Apologies for that coughing. Never actually wanted to do it because of the negative reviews that are out there over this game. Like, I haven't heard a lot of people enjoy this game, to be honest, at least not as an Assassin's Creed game. So as I was playing, I decided to make a video, but I wanted to wait until I have progressed at least a little into the game, and so I can at least try to judge fairly, I guess. So yeah, we actually just missed. I just had another reminder that it's just me. Anyway, so yeah, it's I'm going to be reviewing this game as best as I can. It's not going to be the best one you'll find out there, but I'll try my best. It's a lot of usage of best in one sentence. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, a lot of people don't enjoy this game, at least not as an Assassin's Creed game, because it definitely is not one. I'm not saying it is. It's not an Assassin's Creed game, but while I was playing it, if I'm being fair, I totally enjoyed the game as a normal game. I mean, not as an Assassin's Creed game, because this definitely doesn't give me the vibes of Assassin's Creed games. Also, shout out to this huge dude for helping me right here. Not that I needed it, but yeah, thank you, man. Okay, so yeah, this basically could be very good for a very good game as a I want to say it like this, but I'm not sure if this is actually correct or not, but this could be good as a bit of a spin-off, but in a more independent way, you know, for like a related independent game. That's better to say, the better way for saying it. A related game, but in its own way. I mean, this basically is just Assassin's Creed in the name, in the whole meaning of the game. This really isn't one, as much as I hate to admit it, but yeah, this could be quite a good game, as an, I don't know, perhaps a form of a backstory of how there was the first assassin, because I don't remember the name of the DLC, but we all know about it by now. I'm sure we all do. The DLC that basically you meet Darius the First.
Pots, prostitutes, and not much less.
Yeah, that was a not a family-friendly information, but don't go to this city, please. Or, I don't know, go. I would go. Anyway, yeah, so this could be pretty good for a game that could act as a backstory of how the first assassin was, I don't know, started his work. Because like I mentioned before, in the DLC, Darius the First, I believe was Darius the First, was the first assassin, and then technically ask Cassandra or Lixius, based on the character you choose, to be the second assassin. I haven't played the DLCs, and like I said, this is the first time I'm playing the game, and this is so far I've managed to come. Allow me to show you how far I've come into the story. So I'm basically here. I'm looking for the mother, of course, and I have just done one of the quests that you gather information. That's basically after the party in Pericles' house. I think it was Pericles' house, I don't know. And technically after the meeting with that huge and gigantic pirate woman who sold us some useless information with a very high price of drachmi. Yeah, this is how far I've came into the story, and allow me to show you the map. Basically, this is it. This, I think, is the furthest place I've gone to. I haven't been here, but yeah, this is it, basically. We started from here, and now we're here. I mean, like, we came like this. But yeah, you know. Anyway, so yeah, this could be actually a very good backstory. Perhaps it would be better if they wouldn't call it an Assassin's Creed game, because it is not one. At least not before the DLC of the, again, I don't remember the name, so you can see how many of the cultists I've killed. I just gotta kill these two people. Also, I'm pretty sure he was level 18. I don't know why he just got promoted to level 19. But now that doesn't matter. So yeah, it's not an Assassin's Creed game, at least not until the DLC starts, the one that you meet Darius the First in it. Yeah, it's not really an Assassin's Creed game, because there are a lot of things in it that you don't do in an Assassin's Creed game, and there are too few things that you can do in an Assassin's Creed game. This one, for instance, is one of the things that you can do in every Assassin's Creed game, which I love it. I love this whole cutscene things in a game, and I think one of the reasons that made me fell in love with the Assassin's Creed franchise is this type of things: the landscapes, the historical events, the characters, etc., etc. But this is more of a independent and free game, rather than being a Assassin's Creed game. I've said this a lot of times in this video, but it's just like I can't stress it enough. I'm trying to figure out which one of these I should kill first. Apparently it would be best to attack this man first off. As you watch some battle, I enjoyed the game as an, I say again, as an independent game. I pretty much liked it. It's quite a cool game. And since we're fighting, speaking of it, the battling and the whole thingy tactics is just awesome. I love it, not gonna lie. It's a little bit new to me, at least, but I like it. It's a good type of battling. I just have a bit of a problem with the blocking because sometimes I forget that she drops her guard every now and then. But all in all, the battling, this to be what the hell, lady, what are you doing? To be precise, this Spartan King is one of my favorite things. I've made already a lot of this is Spartan references in it. So, to be fair, I'm sorry if I'm not concentrated at the moment. I'm trying to stay alive. Oh great, we just got one hit, and then there's a bounty hunter around us. Okay, we will carry on the reviewing right after I get rid of these people and actually I live through. Oh boy, that bounty hunter is lurking there waiting for me to get a second bounty on my head to come and claim it. There we go. Oh man, come on. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna bail. I really don't want to stay around and fight them. I'm just going to loot this and then go bye bye. I like that I was did they just shoot that man? Oh man. I'm not sure if it was a man or a woman. Basically they have the same looks. But did they just kill that person? Oh my god. And I, as I was saying, I love that way that he says, just for draft me. Anyway, so yeah, let's get back to the review. There's some stuff that I basically enjoy very much in this game. Some details, some stuff, so I'm going to talk about them first because I think I already have talked about the fact that this is not an Assassin's Creed game. It doesn't matter how much it hardly tries to be, it really is not. I've never done one of these, so let's see what this is. Also, I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, so if I missed anything to mention, make sure you'll tell me in the comments.
To gain Sparta some ground, Commander?
You, mistress! You're the one who lost my battle for me and Spartans!
Yeah, that's me.
There were things I needed done. Acting as their champion was a necessary move.
Thanks to you, Athenian efforts are fractured in this area, and my regiment is finally ready to strike.
What do you need?
A certain Athenian commander is all that stands in our way to victory.
Of course. You want me to deal with the Athenian commander?
Well, yes.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
handle this.
Well met. Sparta thanks you.
I'll be back when everything's taken care of.
Alright, let's track this because I don't want to go through the story mode just yet. It makes me stop talking every now and then because I have to understand what's going on. So I prefer to stick to the side quests while I'm talking. Yeah, I've already talked enough about...
You looking for trouble?
No.
I should stay hidden if I don't get a
About how this is not an Assassin's Creed game, and I think that's just enough about it. For now, at least. Now, the things that I like about this game are some cool details. Alright, I'll try to show you all in action. Some might you have missed to notice, which is quite understandable because some of them are like really slight details. One of the things that I really liked was actually getting to choose between Cassandra and Alexius. Of course, I choose Cassandra because I believe she's the canon for the story mode, and I don't really like Alexius. He's way too normal for me, as in a sarcastic way. That was one of the things that I really liked. Second thing is just something that I actually noticed right now. I didn't know this. I had suspected that it will happen, but I wasn't sure. Each time you upgrade the spear, it actually fixes into a weapon. Like the first level of the spear, it's a broken thing. The handle is kind of broken, but now, as you can see, it has turned into a sort of a dagger thingy. That's one thing. The other thing is here you can see this. I didn't notice this at first, but one other thing that I really like about this is being able to see the pictures that other players have taken, the screenshots from other players. Shout out to people who will see their own pictures in this video. Here are some of mine. You'll see them later on, but thought I'm just going to go on and show them to you people here as well. We have this. I don't know what's this one. Why is it blue? Ooh, so it's quite popular. That's why it's blue. That's a nice picture. I'm just going to like it here. That's a lot of likes also. Image of the day. Okay, that sure deserves being an image of the day. Yeah, I got distracted again. So the thing that actually was interesting for me, and I didn't notice it until yesterday, I think, was this. Hold up. Yeah, here you can actually see the historical locations, which for me, because I'm a close student to history, is quite a interesting fact. Like, you can go there, visit them at any time, read about them, and probably take some screenshots of them. You know, why not? So as every other Assassin's Creed game, there are quite fair share of mentioning historical events, historical locations, and historical things. Creatures, mythology, everything basically in this game, as every other Assassin's Creed game, as I've said, which is again another thing that why I really like this franchise. It's like studying history, but in a more interesting way. It's not all fact, of course, as it says at the beginning of, I think, every game. It says this is a work of fiction, but like You could probably say that 60% of it is true, and it's based off history, which is quite cool. I quite enjoy this fact. And now we have that being able to see the locations, historical locations on the map. I haven't seen that in other games, at least not on the map. But yeah, you can always go there and visit them. It's quite cool. That is actually one of the things. The other thing is the fact that this actually, unlike other Assassin's Creed games, has, except for Valhalla, I think we also had some mythology mentioning in Valhalla as well. But unlike the other games, this has quite a good fair share of mythology in it as well. Now, some people don't like this, and I get it. It's not something for everyone. It's some sort of a fantasy thing. Some people might not enjoy it. Some people might just want to stick to the reality. But for me, I enjoy it because, like, come on, the most interesting part of history is mythology in it. It actually says a lot of things about the culture of that place, and a lot of things about the basically literature and everything. The other thing, again, why I like this game, made me like this game as a game, not as an Assassin's Creed game, was the fact that they had brought some adult themes in it, unlike other games. Because, like, come on, it's something that was quite common at those times. I think it's a good way for saying it without triggering anything. So yeah, it's not like just you could walk up there and ignore it just because you don't want it to be there. You wanted to have it for every type of age, I think. It's something that existed back then, and I think ignoring it is not fair. It would be a shame to allow me to say it like this. It would be a shame to say it doesn't exist when it does. Now this can be about everything, not just adult things. That was another thing that I liked. The other things that I quite enjoyed about this was not taking a side in political things and historical things back at that time. We all know about the movie 300 by I forgot who was the director of that movie. Damn it, I knew it last night, but I forgot it today. By Zack Snyder, yeah. If I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because my memory is just not... it's not working at the moment. But yeah, the movie 300 fully took a side of saying that the Persians were bad, and that Xerxes was a bad king. That's why I technically accept that movie as a factional movie and not a historical movie, because it's not historical, it's not legit. Like, if you actually study history, you will see that it were the Greeks who actually started the war, and Xerxes wasn't as bad as they say. But actually in the game, you don't see that. I doubt that.
Hurry to stop them.
But yeah, you don't see that in the game. Here at the start, actually before the DLC, it's kind of says that the Persians were bad, and well, because that's something fair, you're playing as a Greek person. It's quite the patriotism thing. I wouldn't take the side of the Persians if I was Cassandra or whoever. But like later on in the game, you'll find out that actually the Persians aren't as bad as you thought, and actually you make friend with Darius. I think it was Xerxes' father. I don't know. My history is kind of bad when it comes to Persians history. Yeah, so that was a thing that it didn't say necessarily Persians are bad. It was actually, at least the game tried to be loyal to history, I think is a good way for saying this. There's that. What else I wanted to mention? Oh yeah, allow me to point out to another detail before it gets too late. This actually was quite interesting for me, and not gonna lie, it kind of blew my mind. Allow me to coffee boost. See, I don't like this horse really much, this skin, the black unicorn. It's just something that, not for me. I prefer the classic styles, or at least something more violent, I think. But here's the thing. When you have a Pegasus, actually, aka a horse with wings, it doesn't matter how high the cliff is. When you jump down, you technically take no damage. Which, speaking of which, takes me to another thing that I want to mention, and that is this ability. Jumping off high places without taking damages. This doesn't really bother me. It takes the character out of that realistic thing. True, but again, let me tell you people, this is the golden age for mythical things, so it's quite fair to have these mythical things. I think history of Greek would be not as the same without the mythology that it has, because it has a rich mythology and it's quite a cool thing. So, and have that in mind, that your father is actually the bearer of staff of Hermes, which is a god. So that should at least give you slightly godly powers, which I think they have. I forgot the word again. They have put it all in the leap of faith ability, which you won't take damage. It's a bit of a how to say this. It's a way for taking distance from the routine game of Assassin's Creed, because basically in the previous games you would jump off a very short cliff and you would get a lot of damage, but now we don't have that problem. But it's also a good thing, especially when it comes to Assassin's Creed and that issue of climbing a wall, pressing the jump button, and then suddenly your character jumping off the cliff midway on a high place and then jumping to death. That's a good thing for it, because if that happens by accident, like I had that problem in all the Assassin's Creed games, I was climbing and I was trying to press the jump button to climb faster, and then my character jumps off the cliff, and then he would die. But here, because you won't take any damage, you're good. Even if that happens, you just have to climb up again. So it's a good thing. Oh shit. There's a dude coming for us. I don't really wanna get into a battle right now. Or do I? Let me see the level. Oh, level 18. Okay. So yeah, that's a good thing again about the game. The other thing is basically being allowed to do whatever you wish because you're not bound to the creed's rules. As you might know, well, not as you might know, you definitely know this. In the previous games, when you were a member of the creed, you couldn't kill civil people, you couldn't kill civilians. Here you can, and they actually try to kill you as well, as you saw some of them. And why is that? Because you're basically not a member of the creed, which explains again why this isn't like any other game, any other Assassin's Creed game. You're a mercenary, have that in mind, which gives you permission to basically do whatever you wish because you're not bound to any rule. You can kill whoever you want. It's not like you can pick a good or bad between them. They stand in your way, they're gonna go. That's a cool thing for me because in previous games, when you would get into combat in the middle of the city, you would suddenly swing a sword to kill a guard or a Templar or whatever you want to call them. You would kill a civilian, and then it would say that assassins don't kill civilians, etc., etc. You're being a bad person, and then it would disqualify you or something like that. And you know, you actually would have to start from the previous load game. Here you don't have that. You simply strike a civilian, they strike back, which is, it's just fair. That's another cool thing about the game. Hold up, let me gather up my thoughts again because I kind of forgot what I wanted to say next. Oh, yeah, I didn't see actually these things in Origins. I have seen them here and in Valhalla, which is a cool thing. It's a cool feature. It gives you some out-of-box powers. I don't know if that's a good way for saying it, but it makes you get away from that cliche normal sword fights. I prefer no, okay, let me be honest, I don't have a preference here. I like both. Having these superpowers, super abilities, gives me advantage over some stuff. Don't having them just makes it more challenging for me. Both works. But anyway, now, yeah, I think that's all the good points about the game I wanted to mention. I don't know how long the video has been taking so far, but let's skip to the fact of why this is not an Assassin's Creed game and why it's just fair if it's not, and it's not a bad thing, without losing more time. Have it in mind that in this timeline, because I hear people saying that if it wasn't like any other Assassin's Creed game, it sucks. No, it actually doesn't. I'm sorry, but not really sorry. This is just as good as any other open world game, maybe even better because it has some quite nice landscapes, some good music, some good combat styles, and it actually has been put a lot of work into it. You can understand that by just checking the finisher moves. You get almost 3 or 2 finishing moves for each weapon you use, based on the class, of course, not based on the type. So it's just as good as any other game would be. any other open world game would be actually. But some people say, since it's not like any other Assassin's Creed game, it's not a good game. I fully disagree with that. Now here's why. This timeline is actually before the creation of the Creed. So far we only know that we don't even know that the Creed exists. We also learn that the Templars existed before the Assassin's Creed. Here they are known as the Cult of Cosmos, later on turned into the Ancient Ones, and later on into the Templars. So the Creed does not exist yet. You're just simply interfering with the Templars because of your ancestors, because of Leonidas or Leonidas, as you will, because of your ancestors, because of your heritage and stuff like that. So basically you're interfering the Templars because of some personal reasons, and this has nothing to do with the goal of the Creed. And technically because you're half-breed Isu, I think. I'm not sure if Cassandra or Alexius are half-breed Isus, but I know that that was mentioned in some video by Mojo, mojo.com, if I'm not wrong. That lovely channel that makes top 10 stuff, which is quite a interesting channel. Everywhere. Anyway, fuck. Damn. No, I did not say that. Anyway, hopefully that goes unnoticed. Yeah, so the Creed does not exist yet, which is just fair. Later on in the DLC you meet Darius, the first assassin. You became the second assassin, and actually there the basis of the Creed is formed. And later on in Assassin's Creed Origins you create a Creed named Hidden Ones. Later on it becomes the Assassin's Creed, which this just makes it fair for this game to be a little bit away from any other Assassin's Creed game that you have had before. I believe that's a good way for justifying it, which after knowing that, after justifying it like that, the fact that this game is not like any other Assassin's Creed game does not bother me anymore. At least not as much as it would do without knowing that. So it's like you're seeing the history of how the basis of the Creed was formed. So it makes it fair for this to be a little bit out of the box, out of ordinary, I think. And allow me to point out another detail. With normal horses you simply can't climb cliffs like this, or rocks, or whatever you want to call them, but since you have a Pegasus, they can flap their wings and just go up, climb it. Well, so I think I've said it all. I'm not quite sure, but this is just, I guess it's kind of fair. You're playing in a timeline that the Creed was not made yet, so you basically shouldn't complain about why this is not like any other Assassin's Creed game. To be fair, it's kinda close. You still do the assassinations, but that doesn't make you a member of the Creed. You're still a mercenary. You're still bound to know Creed. You're your own boss and stuff like that. You do as you wish, basically, until you meet Darius. Later on, when you met Darius, you became a member of a creed that is not yet formed. The creed's not there, but you're a member, because you're basically the second person, and Darius is the founder of the creed. Yeah, I think more or less that's a good way for justifying it. And I think with that being said, that's all I had to say for this video, for this review. Hopefully it has been good enough for you guys, it has been interesting. And hopefully you have been enjoying this. Now this is a bit early, I know, but I'm not sure when I will make another video, so we're close to the holidays, kinda. There's like 1 month left to the holidays if I'm not wrong. So I'm going to take the time and simply say happy holidays to all the people who are out there. You've made it so far. We're going out of 2020, hopefully 2021 is going to be a good year for all of you, for all of us, and hopefully we won't have as much as problem as we had in this year. Hopefully the next year is going to be a good year for everyone. So happy holidays, people, and if you have enjoyed this video, be kind enough to give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and even be kinder and make me happier with subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell so you get notified whenever I'm making a new video. And you can come by, you can watch, and hopefully you will enjoy it like other videos. Also, with that being said, allow me to say this again, point this out as well. You can also follow me on Instagram. I go by the name Legal Findels Gaming World, as well as a YouTube channel. I have the same name there. You can find me on Instagram. I'll be posting screenshots of not almost, technically every game that I've played so far. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one of them, same about Origins, and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So if you're a fan of the franchise, pretty sure you'll find enough stuff there. And I sometimes go live on Twitch every now and then. Not very often, but it happens.
Time to get paid.
It happens for me to go live on Twitch as well. So I go by the name Legal Findel there. It's only Legal Findel, doesn't have a gaming world. So hopefully I'll meet you all there sometimes when I'm streaming. And hopefully we will get to chat, we will get to talk, we'll get to have some fun time together in a live stream on my Twitch channel. With that being said, you now know about the YouTube channel, you know about the Instagram account, and you know about the Twitch channel. So I say again, if you enjoyed the video, be kind enough to like it and subscribe, and also hit that bell so you'll get notified. You can be sure it will be appreciated beyond what you think. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully you have liked this review. Hopefully it will change some opinions about the game, because I think it's kind of underrated. I think the game is kind of underrated. It's a good game. Like, seeing it as a game only as a independent, not independent but related to the franchise game. When you see it like that, it makes it just cool, I guess. It makes it interesting because, like, take a look at that. This is living history. You're basically living history in Greek, and yeah, you're living it. You're having a good landscape view, you're having good music, you're having interesting features. You even see some old ladies who no longer appreciate their husbands because, well, not husbands, or maybe husbands, yeah, because I'm pretty sure she mentioned that she has a lot of lovers. So yeah, you see an old lady who no longer appreciates the men in her life, and she wants you, and she pays you to actually do some stuff. You get those type of things. So I don't know why this game should be a bad game. As an Assassin's Creed game, it's not really Assassin's Creed game, but still a good game, and I already said why it's not an Assassin's Creed game, just because it's not there yet. This game is like baby steps toward what we know
You again.
as the Creed.
You killed him.
Your man is dead.
Good. Take
So
You earned it.
yeah, well, yeah, with that being said, I think I'm done. Hopefully you'll get to enjoy this game more often after seeing this video, and hopefully you will rate it better, and hopefully you'll enjoy the video as well. I'm not going to say I'm not going to repeat myself again. Blah blah blah, we know about that, we hear it in every YouTube channel, but you can be sure it's needed, it's necessary, and it's appreciated. Anyway, this is your host, Lego Findle from Lego Findle's Gaming World, and let me say it like this: over and out. Goodbye, people. Have a good time, have a good holidays, and take care.